Finally, after 7 years, it has come. And it's good. So very good. But why is it so good, you might ask? Well, let me explain. 'Cause trust me, Team Cherry has delivered. Oh yes, they have. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my first video, which is about the game Silksong, and the long-awaited sequel to Hollow Knight. And, it had a real nice development time of not short of 7 years. Real smooth there, Team Cherry, real smooth. But besides the point, I'm here to explain a little bit more about Silksong, and if you haven't played it, first, you should. And second, to give a little bit more context to the whole game in general. Which brings me to my first point. So what I think Silksong really improves upon compared to Hollow Knight is just the areas. Because before, Hollow Knight was a bit limited on what areas and what they can do and stuff. Because don't get me wrong, Hollow Knight's areas is very good, very nice. But they were a bit limited because Hollow Knight was literally a Kickstarter before. So there was a bit of limitation there. But I'm not trying to discredit Team Cherry because what they were able to accomplish as a Kickstarter project is very impressive, generally very impressive. And I personally think that without Hollow Knight, indie games wouldn't be in the good place they are right now. So I'm very thankful for it. Just need to get that out of the way and not sound like I'm criticizing Hollow Knight and saying, oh, this is such a bad game and all that stuff, but that's beside the point. Now let's continue with what Silksong really improves upon. And what it really improves upon is just giving us more Hollow Knight. I mean, new areas, new enemies, new bosses, just giving us more of what we already want. And that's not to say that it didn't improve upon things, because what I think it really improved upon is the whole upgrade system, or upgrade system you can call it per se, but I call it upgrade system. And what I mean by that, in Hollow Knight you had charms, which give you different abilities, either a bigger nail or increase the soul gain or something. But in Silksong you have crests and tools, which is its own unique thing. So crests are different ways to heal or fight, or just give you a different ability in general. The Beast Crest and the Witch Crest is very good examples of this. But tools are basically support items, I guess. You have your red tools, your blue tools, yellow tools. We'll get to that. We're really gonna talk about those yellow tools. My god. But tools are basically your support items to help you get through, and your crest is the way you choose to play. For example, the Reaper crests allows you to get more silk when you hit opponents, which allows you to heal more, which allows you to stay alive more. But the Architect crests gives you 3 red slots, which are for red tools, and if you didn't know, red tools are really damn good actually. And if you combine it with the slingshot and the pocket pouch, or is it poison pouch or is it pocket pouch? I don't know, it's either one. But if you combine with those 3, you essentially become a nuclear bomb and you will melt any boss ever. I do recommend it. But unfortunately with that you will go into crippling debt, so keep that in mind, please. But in my opinion, I actually think I prefer crests and tools over charms. Now wait a second, before you get mad at me, And before you give out all your super cool gaming opinions, calm down and let me explain. So in Hollow Knight, you were a bit limited with the charm combinations you can do. Now sure, there were a couple ones that give you some new abilities and stuff, but still basically ran down to hit enemy with your nail. And that's about as far as the charm system went in Hollow Knight. But in Silksong, there's so much more. I mean, you have your crest with their unique abilities and stuff, and your tools. You have blue tools that give you some buff or something, and red tools that help you attack enemies or set traps, and yellow tools which are a little bit weird, but generally they're also some form of small buff and all that. But generally, Silksong just offers you so much more in build crafting basically, and in my opinion, that's a very nice improvement. Now you might disagree and all that stuff, and that's perfectly fine. Now, to move on with what I think Silksong kind of missed the mark with. So I don't have a lot of complaints about Silksong. The only ones I have are mostly just things I thought to be annoying, or just things that was really damn infuriating. Like the Savage Beastfly. Oh my god. Like, it's not a hard boss at all, but just the fucking annoying little flying around and dropping enemies and rocks above the stage is just... oof. It's not a complicated boss, but man, that whole nother toll at me. And speaking of taking a toll out of me, let's talk about fucking biowater. Now, I like every single area in Silksong. Every single one. Except for biowater. That one, I just feel like Team Chair was just like, you know what? This game needs a place where it just fucking sucks. Where if you land in the water, you can't heal anymore. And the enemies suck and they give you that effect too. And let's just have like 3 benches in this massive area. And oh, how about we have a super hard boss with that no heal effect? How about that? Does that sound good? Does that sound good? Yeah, that sounds really good. I cannot describe it enough to you how miserable biowater was. There is no physical words that can describe it. Like Beastfly was bad, but the entire area of biowater is horrible. There is a clear difference there. And I know I think it's supposed to be like a skill check area, but it feels more like, hey, how about you suffer as much as possible area more than anything. But it's still fine, and there's a tool you can equip that negates that no heal effect, basically. But still, it was a horrible experience. But now, finally, we can talk about yellow tools. Now, throughout the video, I've been talking about how yellow tool sucks and all that stuff, but that's not really the case. Like, it has its uses, but it's... how do I describe this? It's so like all over the place. Like some yellow tools help you with movement, others help you collect stuff, others heal or protect you. They're all over the place. Like red tools and blue tools, they're simple. Red tools gives you more attacks and hit enemies and stuff. Blue tools help you defend and get more health or something like that. Yellow tools just feels like your team chair just spun the wheel and let's see what lands on and we pick that. Like they're all over the place and they're just... some of them are not really good. They just took some random ability and slapped it on, basically. That's how it feels. It feels like that ice cream box, you know, where it's like vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry, and vanilla and chocolate is super awesome, but then you have like strawberry in there that just not as good as those two. Like it's still good, but it's not as good as vanilla and chocolate. Sorry, I just really need to get that out of my system because yellow tools are just... they're really bad in so many cases, but alright, I'm done. I'm done talking about yellow tools and how I think they suck, but I'm done. I'm done. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about my final point. So, I don't know if you remember this, but when Silksong first released, there were a ton of people just complaining about, oh, this game is too hard, oh, I can't beat this boss, or whatever. But all I gotta say to that is, the cycle is just repeating itself. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you remember long back to the release of Elden Ring. And Elden Ring, of course, is a very hard game. After all, it's a Souls-like, so it's gonna be hard. And everyone bought it because it was all this hype behind it, you know? All of this hype behind Elden Ring. And then people bought it, and whoopsie daisy, it's a hard game, and they complained. Now, think to the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree. There was so much hype behind it, and then they bought it, and it was super fucking hard. Whoopsie daisy. And now they bought Silksong, got up in the hype, and oops, hard game, ooh, I'm gonna cry about it and all that stuff. It's just a cycle. If there's so much hype behind a game and people buy it, there will always be people just complaining and crying their eyes out about it's too hard. No, it's not. If you are struggling with a boss or an enemy or anything else in a hard game, then you are not doing it right. If you're struggling, you're continuously making a mistake. So learn its moves, upgrade yourself, get a new weapon, whatever. Do whatever it takes to beat that boss because you are going to succeed. That is the number one motto you should go in with. This is probably not a very important point, but I just felt like it really needed to be said. Now, that will be all for this video. I don't know when I will be back or when next one is coming out, but I hope you enjoyed this one. Considering liking or leaving a comment or subscribing if you want to. You don't have to, I don't really care, but do it if you feel like it and if you want to see more of me. But that's all for me. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time.